Fellow Ambazonians, greetings. Accept greeting from me on my side. Uh, the topic of my message today is titled Scammers Have Hold God Hostage. Scammers have held God hostage. Please, Ambazonians, listen to me and listen to me very well. Let me give a response to this one apostle Lavans who made an audio, and that audio is flying in the air. And he titled his audio Meeting After the Meeting. I want to really educate this fake apostle Lavans. Apostle Lavans, or they call you Lavans or Lavans. Please, come nearer. Let me educate you. The title of this my message to you is God is in trouble, because fake pastors, fake men of God, fake reverends have taken God for granted. They've used all the titles in insulting God. Here, I want to let you understand. Please, Ambazonian, listen to me. This is education for all Ambazonians. If all of you have listened to the message or the audio of this fake pastor, Lavans, this is a reply to him. I want us all to listen to this, and you do me a favor to get this message to reach him. That is the fake pastor Lavans, or why he call himself Apostle Lavans. He said meeting after meetings, and all he was saying was to condemn Secretary Chris, or Comrade in Arms, as we call him. Apostle Lavans, take your seat and sit down. Let me educate you. I want you to come with me. Let's put Chris, Anu, and Sako in front of us, and then look into all that they have done as far as this revolution is concerned, to know who is working for God and Ambazonians, and who is working for Satan against Ambazonia. You called Secretary Chris the deal master. Yes. Let me tell you, Secretary Chris said that he got the deal. And what did he do with the deal? He did not keep the deal for himself. He gave the deal to the president, who was by then Sako, because he wanted the deal not to serve an individual, but wanted the deal to serve Ambazonians. That's why he gave to the president. So how do you qualify him? This is a patriot, a person who has an opportunity. Instead of using it for himself, he uses it, he sent it to the president, so that the opportunity should be used for the nation. You call that type of person a patriot, if you don't know. Chris Ano did not keep the deal for himself. Let's take another point. When things were not going well in the IG, Secretary Chris was the one who blew the alarm and came to the Restoration Council to report everything that Sako was doing against the revolution. Why did he do this? It was not just to betray Sako, it was to save the revolution. And when Sako heard like that, Sako went gaga. somebody who is trying to save the revolution, like Secretary Christ, who reported all the secret deals that Sako was doing. He was this type of person. We call him a patriot. Those are 2 points. Number 3 point, his sister and his mother were caught up by La République. His entire family were terrorized by La République, but he never gave up. He stood for the revolution, and you heard his message. If you don't, ask me, I will give you the message. He said if La République was tormenting his family for him to give up, he was not going to give up, and he stood his ground and still fighting for the revolution. Who is that? What type of person is he? That's a patriot. Number 4, he campaigned for the presidency of Ambazonia with other patriotic Ambazonians, and this election was in the air. Every Ambazonian saw, and he won the election. This is a patriot. That's number 4 point. He sacrificed his TV for the Ambazonian revolution. How do you call somebody who, by his sweat, he realized something, and instead of keeping it for himself, he offered it for the nation? That's a patriot. This is what Christopher Anu, whom you call him a dealer, did for the revolution. In total, just to mention a few, if you look at all these points, you see that Chris Anu is the first patriot we have in Ambazonia. His brother even died because of this revolution, just for him to lead the revolution. That's why his brother was killed, but he didn't. He totally stood for the revolution up to date. So in totality, we can say that this is a God-fearing person. This is somebody who lives a life for the sake of others. It's not like any selfish person, but he lives selflessly. This is a true patriot. That's why he can be claimed as the first patriot of Ambazonia. Let's go now to look about Sako. Let's see Sako now. Before Sako came to be president, this was through a constitution, and this constitution was created by bright minds Ambazonia when in a conclave in Nigeria. The reason for creating a government or a constitution and to move with a government was unilaterally decided by Ambazonians all together in a conclave in Nigeria, that since we had a government when we left Nigeria, we should move this revolution as a government, as a people with a government. And so Ayok Tabe was elected the first president. When he started his duty as the president, he made visits all over the world and money was raised. He came to the United States. They advised him not to go back because Nigeria was not a good place. He said he was going to go there and come back. And when he arrived in Nigeria, he decided to go and have a meeting with his cabinet in Nara Hotel. What meeting did he was about to hold there? He didn't tell the Restoration Council, but he invited a majority of his cabinet to meet him there. Little did he know that it was a trap that La République made for him. And so he was kidnapped and taken to La République. When Ayok Tabe was taken to La République, the Restoration Council asked Ayok Tabe to stay quiet in prison so that they would liberate him. During his absence, the post of the president could not have been left like that. The Restoration Council decided that they should put up somebody who could stand in that position, not as a full president, but as an acting president. Acting president means what? He was just assuming that duty, waiting for Ayuk Tabe to come back, because the Restoration Council thought that Ayuk was going to be released. So when they told Ayuk Tabe, President Ayuk Tabe, to be quiet, he said no, he's going to rule Ambazonia in prison. This became a big problem. They pleaded with him. He did not want to understand with the Ambazonian people. So the Restoration Council saw that allowing somebody who is in a cage to be ruling us from prison, it means all the messages, he can be manipulated and everything will be according to those who captured him. And so the only thing they had to do was to use the constitution to impeach Ayuk Tabe. When they impeached Ayuk Tabe, they used this very constitution to elevate Sako from an acting president to a full president. That's using the constitution. Take note. This constitution, which is a tool that was given to the Restoration Council to guide the revolution until we reach Boya, is what was used to impeach Ayuk Tabe. It was used to elevate Sako from an acting president, from his appointment as acting president, and from his position as acting president to a full president. This is because of the constitution. So Ayuk Tabe could not obey, and so the constitution authorized the Restoration Council to make Ayuk Sako to be a full president. I'm saying this for this fake Evans, the Apostle Evans. Listen, I don't know where you are coming from. That is the history. You shall even teach your children. So this is how Sako came to be a president. When Sako came to be a president, then he took oath that after 2 years he was going to hand power to any other person who was going to be elected by the Ambazonian people. He swore on the Bible and took oath. Okay, he became the president. We are talking everything that is in record. After that, Sako made a term of 2 years, and then things were still rough. We saw that he could continue. He continued until before the 4th year, Sako became a scammer. He had implanted spies at the Restoration Council. When the Restoration Council were sitting a meeting, before they go out, his guys, his spies, took everything and sent to him, and then he was already criticizing what the Restoration Council was doing. That's one thing. And the other thing was that when we summoned Secretary Chris to come to the Restoration Council, the Restoration Council summoned Secretary Chris to go to the Restoration Council to say what was going on between him and Aringwa and the whole cabinet. He went there and he was interviewed. Then this same message, the interview, was taken by his spies and sent to Chris and to Sako Ikome. Sako Ikome took this piece of information, went and called a town hall meeting and make the public listen to that message. This is against the oath of a president, a sitting president. The secret of the society must not be revealed to the people outside, and that merited impeachment. They asked him to come to the Restoration Council to explain why he did such a thing. He said no, he's not answerable to anybody. They say, okay, Mr. President, you know that you have signed for 2 years and your 2 years is over. We want to call election, come for election. He said no. No, first they said come for audit, because ever since there was no audit, come for an audit. He said he's not answerable to anybody. They said, Mr. President, your term of office is over. Come for election. He said nothing. They said, but do you remember that you took an oath that you were going to leave the presidency to any new person that was coming in? He said, no, there's nothing inscribed in the constitution that there was going to be an election. They said, Mr. President, but you took an oath and you accepted. He said, yes, I just accepted because I knew that that was to my advantage. I was going to argue that there was nothing written like demanding us to go for election, Tirboya. This is when we saw that this guy became a twant. And so the Restoration Council has to do the same thing as they did with Sako, with Ayok Tabe. Since he did not want to report to the Ambazonian people, he was impeached. When they impeached him, he went and created his own Restoration Council and called it the House of Joa. And this is really against the constitution that he signed, the oath that he took. This is a criminal. We call him a criminal. All this action is satanic. Everything he was doing was in his favor, and that was the song he was singing. He took part of some members of the Restoration Council and the LGA leaders and some country leaders and formed his own House of Joa, the Restoration Council. He called House of Joa, and then changed the constitution and was singing his song and going. How do you call this type of person? This is a criminal. This is a satanic type of person. Those are the things Sako did. The Ambazonian people simply asked him to come for audit. He refused. So they called for election. He did not come, and that is how Marianta took as president, as an interim president. The transitional president. So, with all these things, I want Mr. Evans to tell me if this is the work of somebody who knows God, even though he has the title of a pastor. So, Sako Ikome, after doing all these atrocities, the messages that were leaked out, he made it listen, the audience at the APP meeting, they listened. He went and created his own APP meeting. So Sako is the master of separation. He even went as far as attempting to dissolve the Restoration Council, who gave him the powers to be president. See how he can be. This is satanic. Then another thing is that this very Ikome Sako, when the AFCON was going to take place in Fako, precisely in Victoria, the council, council was to take care. That is, the country coordinators were to take care to see that there was nothing like AFCON going on in Victoria. This guy Ikome Sako came and said no, because Buea is our capital, the presidency is going to take control of that. All the money that were contributed for this purpose were given to him. Unfortunately, to the greatest surprise of all Ambazonians, AFCON went successfully without even a gunshot. Where did he keep the money? You will know that he used the money for himself. This is the person you are saying that is a good president. This is satanic. Everything for himself. And then he has an army in Fako, known as the Fako Mountain Lions, under a format who was answerable to him. But this guy, Sako Ikome, instead of fighting in the southern zone, especially in Tiko, where we have the CDC that brought the deal, Sako cannot fight there. He is now fighting in the northern zone. What does it really mean to you as Evans? You say you are apostle. What does this mean? You know that charity begins at home. I'm not going to teach English, because when you speak English, they know that you are somebody who has gone to school. Charity begins at home. But the Ikome Sako has Fako Mountain Lions under the control of his general, which is Fombat, who is Fombat. But these people are not working. Sako goes to northern zone and is fighting there. What does this really mean to you? It means that Sako is fighting to give victory to La Republique. Because if he was fighting as any other person would do to save his people, as Sako should have been fighting in Tiko or in the southern zone, and if he finishes the work there, he can come and help. He could go to help in the northern zone. But no, Sako already sold the southern zone to La Republique. That is where the deal. That's the deal. That's the deal that you said Secretary Chris gave to him. When they gave him the deal, it was not for him to use it for himself. The fact that he's not fighting in Tiko and the southern zone is because he got that deal, and it was his private deal. That's the reason why he's not fighting there. I want you to really understand. And Ambazonia, you people hear me. This is a very wicked person. He's very satanic. This is not somebody you can say it's a person who is fighting for Ambazonia. This is not somebody who is fighting for Ambazonia. It shows us that this guy is fighting for a sacred agenda with La Republique. And what is this agenda? You know, Atanganji was a prisoner and was removed from prison because he was supporting the regime. So they removed him from prison and made him a minister of territorial administration. Who knows if Sako has not signed a similar deal like that with La Republique? If not, tell me why he's not fighting in his own hometown. Tell me. Anyone should tell me. If it's not that he has a deal with La Republique, because he is not fighting. So this deal that was given to him by Secretary Chris, if you ask Mola Edi, who was the chairman of the Fako Council, he would testify that they gave this deal to Sako and he was to work with Sako on this deal. But Sako dribbled Mola Edin and went with the deal alone. So it should not be blamed on Christopher Anu, because Christopher Anu just did what an Ambazonian patriot would have done, because he gave the deal to the president whom he thought was a good president and could take care of the nation. So this is the reason why we say Sako Ikome is the real devil, the worst thing that has ever happened with the Ambazonian revolution. Because you look at him, you cannot see where he's working. He's just using people to make money for himself. Yes, he called those who wanted to question him, who asked for him to give to come for an audit. He called them coup plotters and tore down the government and went with innocent Ambazonians or some gullible Ambazonians. But let me tell you now that as we are talking, as we speak now, all those people have realized that Sako Ikome is a very big devil. That is why they are also running away from him. I want you, Evans, you are a new recruit by Sako Ikome. A new recruit, you know nothing. You have not worked for Sako. Sako has paid you just to come and clean his name, but you are going nowhere with that because we have all documents. You are a new recruit. Go and ask Abiedo. Go and ask Pastor Commando. Go and ask Dr. Chita. Go and ask the other people who serve Sako and work money for Sako. They will tell you that Sako is the devil. You understand? It's a devil. So if you are recruited today and you come and you want to clean the face of Sako just because you also want Sako to feed your empty stomach, know that you are doing that at your own risk. I will ask you, where were you? Where were you from the beginning that you are coming now and you say you are Apostle Evans? Where were you? You think you are better than those who are there and you are still calling Sako the president? Somebody who said if there's a revolution must be a dictator. I see that you are a very good disciple to him because you are even accepting that the constitution must not be used until we go to Boya. Even ants in the bush, even insects, animals know that for them to work well, there should be a type of rule and regulation for them to live well. You call yourself Evans, whether Apostle Evans. Look at the heavy title, but you have no conscience. You don't have any conscience. So I don't know of what kingdom are you, because to say that you are at the human kingdom is not true. It is not true because your conscience is too dull. Animals kingdom, you are too far. How can you say that we should go without a constitution? Where were you when the government was being formed in Zaria? Where were you? Are you coming from another continent just to begin to follow Sako because you want to feed your empty stomach? Follow Sako at your risk. You understand? Keep talking. I want to hear you talk more. So let me tell you that this is a history. You are going to tell your children Sako has done worse than any other person. Whether it's my trip to Boya, his hands are dirty. The killing of our generals on the ground, he is the one who starved these Ambazonian soldiers without giving the money, but took all the money and put in his Bitcoin business, and the business failed him. This is a person who said he had churches and distributed to people. But when you go and look, anywhere in Ambazonia, there are no churches, not to talk of America. This is a very big scammer, and you decide to work for him, and you pronounce the name Ambazonians. You have no conscience, Evans. You are not worthy to be called an apostle. Do you know what an apostle is? You are making empty noise. You should stop that. Stop that. Evans, stop that. You are just creating noise for nothing. You don't have a conscience. All what you are doing is you are.
You see, comrades, when you listen to individuals like the Patience Abedus, um, people from whom you will expect that they will be the ones to set the example of what uh, good conduct is, or being able to stand up for the truth. But when you see them leading the charge and in spreading these false narratives, these lies, and saying things that are intentionally designed to destroy the image of a fellow comrade, they are not doing it because they don't know the truth. Do you really think that Abiero, when she says all the things she's saying against Comrade Chris, that she doesn't know the truth? Do you really think that Patience Abiero believes that Sako is faultless? That the things that Sako has been accused of, that he's completely innocent of? I don't think she believes that. And I very much believe that she knows very well what she is doing. So when we're trying to talk about these people as if the things they are saying are out of ignorance, I refuse to accept that. I don't think they are ignorant. They know exactly what they are doing, and they're doing it for a purpose. Because by spreading these falsehoods, they are protecting Sako, and because they want to be seen out there as the ones standing close to Sako, who is their overall king. It is to help themselves. When they are pretending to protect Sako, they are protecting themselves in the process. So it's all self-serving. It's just self-serving. When Uchiba Nelson goes out there and says, "Oh, Comrade Chris attended the Canada conference," you think he's saying so because he doesn't know the truth? He knows the truth, but he is intentionally spreading lies. And my frustration with Sako is that he sits back and he sees his people doing these things which he knows are false, and he encourages them from behind. That has been my greatest frustration with Sako, beginning with his statement that he knew that the constitution had flaws and he allowed it to stay as such because it benefited him. Somebody with that kind of mindset should not be a leader, you see. So this is the frustration that I really have with us Ambazonians, who are claiming to be fighting to liberate our people and to get them to a better place as compared to what La Republic has put us through. But what I'm asking is, if we do not have the moral decency to speak the truth and to show that when given the power, the reins of power, that we will perform differently, what then is the essence of what we are fighting for? What then are we fighting for when our own character is not very different from that of La République du Cameroon, where falsehoods are used to destroy people and even violence? And we are seeing the same here. Patience Abedi, you see, when Dr. Gwambe challenges her, instead of, and when she's not able to answer the question anymore, she dashes to something else, a complete distraction, because she's unable to answer the questions that have been posed to her. And she knows that she is wrong. She knows she is wrong. But she will not answer those questions because her intention is not to get the truth. Her intention is to tear somebody down. Somebody who dared to ask a leader for accountability. And this is fundamental in this struggle, comrades. If we are fighting to liberate ourselves from La République du Cameroon because we feel that there is no accountability there, and we are here trying to practice the same thing then what hope is there now for us to have that free democratic country where the truth matters, where freedom matters? Each time anybody comes up and try to ask a leader for accountability, they immediately dive into the nastiest part of a trash can and they throw any filthy thing at you. How dare you? Each time you want to ask question a leader for something he has done, they go into the trash can and they pick stuff there and they throw at you. How different then are we from La Republic? If this is the mindset that we have, sometimes I'm really afraid of the kind of Ambazonia we're going to have if we are finally free. If such behavior is not tamed before we get to Boya, if these are the kinds of tendencies that we have going into Boya, then I feel very sorry for the Ambazonia we are fighting for. You see, it is very wrong. It is very wrong that we protect a leader at all costs, regardless of what that person has done. Each person would look at what they are saying now about the Amoses, the Dorotin Guas, Irene Guas. They are calling them Titas. People who have done a lot for Sako himself, just because they dare to question why he should have such powers to have access to all of the platforms and codes of the interim government as an individual, all of them. Just because they dare to question, now they have been tagged as the latest coup plotters. Where are we going with such attitudes? Where are we going? What kind of Ambazonia are we building? So it's very sad. And again, I feel very, very disappointed in someone like Patience Abiero. I'm very disappointed with that woman. I have such very low regard of her right now because she does not seem to have any moral backbone to see things or to say things as she knows is true. And again, it's not because she's ignorant. She knows the truth, but she intentionally goes out there and spreads falsehoods in order to prop up someone she knows is a crook. And that is very sad for what we are fighting for.
Fellow Southern Cameroonians, Ambazonian people, greetings for everybody, for Ground Zero, Ground One, La République du Cameroon, our citizens, the way they for there and the people there for diaspora. Yes, I guess on 2 points where I want to make will be very, very important. One, for all people the way they for Ground Zero, una get una human rights, and una know say this, so they already pick the government for the occultic grandmaster being von the way it govern the country for a mortuary bed, it already for human right position where they run the questions them. So it be very important for say this, so people the way they don't die, the one the way they see their life, and for una their life, if military approach una, if una be tortured for any situation, una make sure say una document them. If everybody see how they torture somebody for Ground Zero, for La République, anywhere, make sure you document them. It be very, very important. And the names them for the officers, them, the duo, or whatsoever that person be. Una make sure una document them. It be very, very important. Now the first information this way, assuming me a pass them. Then secondly, for restoration fighters, them, I don't know if the duo where they catch them, where it be there for the border. Yeah, where be there for the border section for Ambazonian. Una sisef una know. If that zoo na or restoration fighters them, they keep it. It be very risky for we for do such thing. But I don't know, with the spirit of discernment, I want for believe today, so with the enemy way this zoo it be don't do them, because for inside that Bakassi Peninsula, majority of those people them na Nigeria, and we because of some of the things and way these wicked people them, we see how we the one way come out for Boya come out come they can intimidate the people. Say they so give them so and so time and bring it back. So I want for believe say sometime that's you even day now for the hand for the people then for the other side border. Because if una take you una keep he, yes, una fit ask anything una ask them. But if una start more video, that government they go send that video and they go do all investigation and they go pick una like fly. The government get hand forgets that means at any given time. Now they risk this way assuming me a person. And also for talk for this point, why we Southern Cameroonians would behave like a curse generated people the way they still live in the society today. We no one for believe today so be cursed citizen for we our own suffering. Most see what really happen for Gaza. These people them, the Hamas, they strike, they pick the Israelis them in their numbers. Now where they keep them today as a bargaining power. We not be cursed as Southern Cameroon and Ambazonia. Just imagine how the ADF they be go take the woman where they take them instead for bargaining power for free. Some of even our leaders them they be out now for make money. We Africans will be cursed. Even at sin for serious on and Nigeria brothers them they pick this duo. Which way they do and also for send out that duo a video for outside. Now intelligent, now the greatest mistake that way they make them. Because now 2 minutes, La Republic, even they not get that means, they go send that very distant for France. France go help them. A day for France in hand, France not get that means, they go send intelligent, America go see pass help them. They go pick those very guys them like fly. Why we all the sophisticated weapons and everything way Israel they fit get them behind America. They no fit for succeed for take the rest of those other people the way they be pick them for Gaza. Why they no want succeed? And are the bargaining power that way they use and today. If not as so, that war for Gaza go don't go on, it go don't finish. The Israel them for don't talk they don't succeed. But today the day for Yemen, they don't cross the day for the other side. Why we Africans they curse? When we pick somebody we eat they like an official, we use them as to own bargaining power. We be as power mongers as we want always take the crumbs. They define our money, right? Yes, if we find money, the money and the goal, what's be important? Money and the goal of that independent, what's be important? Now the greatest thing this way, assuming me a call, a try for talk. One, make people them they keep the information for both our brothers and sisters, fathers and mothers where they don't die. Anything where La Republic de Cameroon they do them, even presently now so, even as Pobia being Vondo, it govern that country for a mortuary bet. Muna keep the information. All Atanganji them, all the ministers them, delegates them, dios teens them, horrible thing the way they do them. Make people and they keep that information. Then for the restoration fighters, if una gets the means for the duo, then una need for shift una position. Una be very careful. Because with this image where they go for outside so, una get bad news for una self. Yes, una don't leak out una own secrets. Una don't leak out una own secret. Una be very, very careful. For the rest of the other restoration fighters them, una not put una self for any harm's way. Because they use now the fighters the way they not see there for fee for come against una. Una need for wise. Una not sleep for house. Una not sleep for place where the Republic will come overnight because they know one face una. one-on-one, but they go one come for time where they know say una dey in a compromised way for harm una. Una sing very well, una smart very well, una go away from population. When una one come for population, una only surprise population, and una no get fixed time. Una be very careful. Una get for remain smart. Thank una. God bless everybody for this struggle, and for this audio, send them down as wide as possible, because we're supposed to protect our fighters. We're supposed to let them know some of the things where they're supposed to know them. We're supposed to call family members them, tell them say so. Even as they did for ground zero, for ground one, the one where they did for La République du Cameroon, they get for be very vigilant. Thank you. God bless everybody.
Fellow Ambazonians, today's date na the 20th of November 2024, and this one na that familiar voice for our own pikin, Michael Nam. My broadcast for today go be a reaction to this audio message from Manajela. I won't share the audio, but just by chance, say my mistake, say I never send them for you, or you never listen now, and you will be willing for listening to the audio, I beg just indicate so that I go send them for you directly. For this audio message, Manajela it talk about how some military officer from La République territory he give some very important information how we, as we fight this fight, so how we fit easily succeed, especially if we act together. And to be fair and sincere, I don't always insist say yes. That one it be very factual, because if we take any decision as a united people, that decision it be liable to see the light of day. That policy will stand. If we take any decision, no matter how stringent with that policy it be, in as much as we take that decision together as Ambazonians, we say yes, this is what we want, that policy it go stand. Inside example, for some lockdown way, majority groups they be approve that lockdown, that 2 weeks lockdown. They will be see how successful with the lockdown it be so that La République it be tremble. This one go a long way for underline the fact say now we self Ambazonians, because of our division, now why that we never succeed for this fight, because we be too fragmented. So as a direct response to Manajela, Mami, I thank God say that you make this statement. So how you think say for this your audio now, how you think say we fit accomplish any of such policy together as a people if we are not united? Yes, we understand say there will always be accusing fingers pointing back and forth. The same way members of AGOFC they accuse other groups then. See, they be compromise, maybe they don't take money, they don't do this, they don't do that. In the same vein, now so others to the point fingers too for the AGOFC back. See, they be compromise. We merely accuse ourselves to the advantage of the common enemy. When you talk about the issue of trust, I don't strongly indicate say as far as trust is concerned, trust is the same like respect. When they talk say it be reciprocal. If you not respect some person, how you expect other person respect you back? In fact, for you for start by gaining some person in trust, now for you for first start show say you dey open and willing for trust the person. That means they say trust is earned. Trust is earned. That means it gets something where you get for do, you get a role for play in order for make some person it trust you. But we know on several occasions when they don't hold meeting, collaborative meeting, they take decision for this. Okay, all we will go do and like this, but at the tail end, for one realize egg of sea go retract, egg of sea go retreat. They go bring one reason or another. Not be one time where such thing don't happen. Not be 2 times, maybe 3 times, maybe 4 times. You get the time where the egg of sea, the IGK, and the consortium, they will come together. All Ambazonia be very happy. So, oh, thank God, at least if we start from here, we have to start from somewhere. Before you want to know other groups, they go buy into it, they go join. I think that tripartite convergence, it become as a result of, see, the ones celebrate 1st of October together. Before you want to realize, they bring one excuse or another, maybe because of Eritato, because of this. Egg of sea retract. Say no, they will not participate. Why must there always be a reason for us to be disunited, for disunity? For every aspect of unity for work, all sides get for be willing for give up something. For every negotiation for succeed, all sides, or use both parties, everyone get for be willing for give up something for in order for that unity for work. You want call and collaboration? How many times? I remember after the conference, coalition, what's the coalition of dialogue, coalition of what? Go for the one, sign agreement. Say, okay, make no group, take a unanimous decision without appropriate consultation. When I come off the come, we happy. We say yes. But at the tail end, before you want to realize, groups they still go, they take decision themselves. And I want to make something very, very clear, especially when it comes to the egg of sea and this decision for liberation tax. Liberation tax was not a bad thing. When we bring up, Mike Enam was one of the first people, one of the first persons in Ambazonia to embrace it. And we look at it, I look at the purpose, I say yes. But now, I will also make my own, what is it called? I will also give my own decision, my own opinion. Say make so amends, make it be done as a group. I want more to understand, say, the function in an atmosphere where others, their own opinion to suppose for count. This is a country. And if it's a country, una get for be willing and ready for face opposition. And at this stage, for make it work, una get for they ready for be flexible. If you not be flexible, not enough you work. It go be that time say una the camp for can impose. When una come with liberation tax, I cannot embrace them. That is the first step. As a patriotic citizen or patriotic Ambazonian for do, every group get for first acknowledge that liberation tax policy. Then call for a consultative meetings, then make amends. But Egg of Sea was not even willing to listen. for any any person to talk. I remember Comrade Sama Thomas, Comrade Chris Anu. They don't come up publicly. They indicate. So when they were consulted by Dr. Ayabacho regarding the liberation tax, they made their recommendations. They make their recommendations, but none of those recommendations were taken into consideration or were implemented by Dr. Ayabacho. They make this liberation tax, make it be at the thing where we tax the foreign interest for inside Ambazonia, so that the body no go fall back on our own people. Make this liberation tax, it be like this, it be like this, it be like this. Me too, I will give my own recommendations too. Make the liberation tax, make it tax now those them way they get a verifiable source of income. Those were some of the recommendations. And make this recommendation, make this liberation tax, make correct consultation be done even on ground zero among the generals, so that make it be generally accepted, so that they not go tax only some particular county, especially for places where ADF presence is there. Then again, one of my recommendations will be na say make sure say make this money make it be a fixed amount, so that people for Bamenda no go pay 10,000, people for Boya pay 5,000, or people for Boya pay 20,000, people for Bamenda pay 5,000. One of my other recommendations, if I can remember vividly, I be talking to say make this liberation tax make it get a single receipt. Not be say people for Manfe they collect their own receipt, it is different. Now maybe na green paper. And then people for Limbe their own receipt na white paper. People for this na this paper. Another cause for concern be na say make sure say make this liberation tax it be implemented all over Ambazonia, so much that not be say some people don't go to pay, so one they need to pay. Some people for some particular country go pay, and then if this war go last for the next 10 years, we will still get La Republic presence for inside Ambazonia, you go realize say some people go pay like 5 years or 10 years. They will pay every year. Meanwhile, some other people no go pay for that 10 years. It's not correct. So that liberation tax, for me, what you have think say egg of CB get for do. Now for withhold the liberation tax, then do thorough or intensive consultation with other forces. Take all the recommendations into consideration. See how they feel make amends. But so far so good, from what I can recall, that was not the case. I think one other recommendation I will make can be say make the forces them, make them not go outside, go in contact. Yes, contact with Ambazonian civilians, this door to door, or stop motor for road so that they act liberation tax. So first and foremost, it a means of jeopardizing their security, make them become very vulnerable. Because by the time when you stand for road, so you want stop taxi them for ask for liberation tax. Among 10 taxi, one black leg go there for inside. By the time you want go door to door, before you want ask liberation tax for 100 houses, you go don't pass 2 or 10 houses where they belong to black legs for instance Ambazonia. Because why? Our territory be heavily infiltrated by unlawful immigrants from La Republic territory. From La Republic territory. Also, I remember say I will strongly also indicate say that idea for focus the liberation tax towards foreign multinational companies for inside Ambazonia. Now the best approach for liberation tax, and then even also the same recommendation where Chris Anu, Comrade Chris Anu, and Comrade Sama Thomas, they don't give Dr. Ebacho. But then, because the egg of sea, it claimed for be a self-governing organization, where you know they like for take recommendation from any other person, it may be correct. That would have been the best way I believe say majority Ambazonians so accept the liberation tax. What is the essence of taxing our civilians? You go tax how many civilians will go take 10,000 before that money will can be 1 million. That means you go take money for 1 million Ambazonians before you go even get 1 million. Whereas if you will be focused or target just one multinational company, you go take 5 million. That means say 5 times the amount or 10 times the amount. I've even list some of these companies there for instance Ambazonia. MTN is there in Ambazonia. Orange is there in Ambazonia. Camtel is there in Ambazonia. This company make huge sum of money from our country. What about those banks? What about Tangi? What about the brewery companies, these brasseries or whatever? What about Semencam? Don't they come and sell in Ambazonia? What about those who they promote stolen mineral resources from Sonara, where they get filling stations? How much do you tax them? What about those who run big businesses? Hotels, bus agencies. What about all those? So, like I insist, or make I reiterate, the only way we will succeed as a people, Mami, and for we come together. And why would they insist on this fact? So if we go back to the grassroots, all man come down a high horse, make we function as a people, not be government. The egg of city function too as a government. I don't repeat this thing over and over. The egg of city get a president, you get a vice president, you get a defense council, you get a this, you get a diplomatic wing, you get a this, you get a that. What is the difference between egg of C and the IGKs? If you want me the IGs that dissolve, you dissolve. Who are you governing? What are you governing as a council? When you pass out your policies, who are you passing that policies over? You know, over the citizens of Ambazonia? Whatever name you call yourself, you are functioning as a government. All of us get to go down those our high horses, put all those things behind. Forget about all those things, all those governing. Who give you the mandate? For a successful government for work for East Ambazonia, every Ambazonia, all the whole country, or majority in a democratic atmosphere, supposed to approve. Okay, this is the government we want, and that will only go through the dialogue ballot paper. If we don't want politics, we now wait. Let's free the country. Let's get to Boya. Then we do politics. All man will come with a political party. Dr. Abacha will be free for come with your own political party. For now, we have to come together as a people, because that is what that's the recommendation from foreign experts, whether they monitor the situation. For we for even get foreign assistance, foreign help, we have to show that we are united, because foreign company, foreign interest, no fit wan come. Now it pass through through egg of sea, sign a paper, sign an agreement for how they'll be, because this is about interest, for how their interest will be met. The IGK they go agree. That is the fact. No. Equally, if a foreign interest he come, he sign interest with any of the IGs, will egg of sea accept? Fatal no. Do you see why we don't get help? That is why we don't get help. That's why it is difficult for a country to come and say, okay, I want to help you people, or for a body. They don't advise we tire. Then when we talk about coming together, suppose they know we don't trust. Who trusts you? If you don't trust, how do you want to be trusted? Who can trust you? We have to trust one another. We have to understand that we have a common enemy. We're in La Republique. We have to understand that all of us want the same thing. Accusations will never finish. False allegation will never finish. We must see how we can manage our differences. Going back to the grassroots is one of the approach that can work as far as unity is concerned. Let us create communities and function from there. And leave all this group. Surrogacy is one of the things that have killed us. I belong to this group. Only this group must survive. Only this group must succeed. Only this group must make policies. Egg of sea is the best. We are structured. We are organized. You are organized for your own group. Perhaps for your own self-interest. Because if you are organized for the entire country, you will listen to others. And you will make amends that will be suitable to others. When we want to talk sometimes, some egg of sea members will talk, let's buy arms, we'll take over, we'll block the country, we'll block the border. I've done that several times. Such rhetorics only makes things worse and underline the fact that perhaps you have an ulterior motives. The country is for us all. The fact that you have arms on ground zero doesn't make you the god over Ambazonians, or doesn't make you legitimate. Or doesn't make you the most preferred. You have to understand all these facts. If you like to get nuclear bomb for instance Ambazonia, if the people say no, they don't want to, you will not. You will not rule over Ambazonia by force. Never. They will fight you teeth and nail. We must come to that logical understanding that Ambazonia is for us all, and all of us have the right to participation. All of us get equal rights. No one is more Ambazonian than others. The same way you're accusing others, the same way they're accusing you. Why can't we manage our differences? Please, let's go back to the grassroots. That is the way forward. That is the way that can work. Before this Sako or before whatever. Let's go by communities and see what we can do from there. We must change our language towards one another. Our game will be open. I've been sorry to say this message is not too long. I thank you very much. Anytime you get me this message, I beg. If you see the message say it be good, I beg share and make plenty of Ambazonians they listen now. We can help ourselves.
Free Ambazonia, hear our call. We'll stand tall, we won't fall. Break the silence, light the fight for sovereignty and for our right.
Thank you for listening. You have listened to some of the Ambazonian freedom fighters, Ambazonian activists, and you've heard their opinion. This program is for you to listen to different opinion from Ambazonian activists. I go through different forums, different forums, and see the opinions and bring for you to listen. Okay, so no offense to anybody, it's just opinion from different Ambazonians. That is democracy. You have to listen to different people, different opinions, and different voices across Ambazonia. Okay, that is what I'm trying to do, so that you don't only listen to me, you don't only listen to particular people. Get different opinion from different people and listen to them. Okay.
We won't fall. Break the silence, light the fight for sovereignty and for our right. Yeah, for our right.
Dr. Yaya, revolutionary greeting.
Free Ambazonia.
I've listened to your audio message. Well, I would like to respond to you as well publicly, because you know me very well, but since you said let's do this publicly, so let me respond to you. I just have 3 points. I'll try to make it to be brief and short. The first point is that please, next time when you are coming out, you see the way I address you, right, Dr. Yaya? I know we love all those names, but some of us we don't mind. But if in this case, I will say that next time when you want to address me publicly, address me the same way I'm addressing you. Always said engineer phone, like how I've addressed you, Dr. Yaya. That is one point. The second point, I'm not an errand boy for any person. And when you want to face me directly. Stop calling people's names. Maharache or Comrade Amos. I've not had a word with Maharache for more than a year now. So you see, all those conspiracy theory, they are not good. So try to put some respect and dignity on people's names. So don't link me up with people. Address me directly. I'm a grown-up man with children's. Maybe I can be an area boy for my children's, not for any other person. Running around trying to make things happen for my children, take them to school, or helping them solving their homework. As a father, I can be an errand boy for them, but not for anyone else. So I hope that second point is clear. Now for the third point, which is the main deal. You see, you are a doctor, right? I will not come because I want to make it to be technical and professional so that we can understand ourselves. Because the same category that you possess as a doctor are in the same category that I'm also having as an engineer. I will never come to your pharmacy or to the hospital and dictate to you what drug you're supposed to give to a patient. When I'm in your pharmacy, I have to listen to what you are saying and get the point and believe in you, because I know that what you are saying as a professional and as an expertise in that domain is what is right. So I will not find it that funny that you want to come and detect in my own domain what is happening, what is going on, how it's supposed to be, things are supposed to be run there. If I tell you that there's a loophole, there's an error, there's a mistake that is going on, and things need to go this way for it not to happen, you have no right, Dr. Yaya. If you want to be informed, you have all the channel. We are open in the IT department to give you any information. Likewise, the same thing we did to the president. He had more than 5 sessions with us, or more than 4 sessions, or maybe 5 sessions with us. People take their time to explain things to him, make him to understand that this is that. But since They always have their own agenda. Yes, that is when they have their agenda. When somebody have an agenda, that agenda is not favorable for him, he will never be satisfied. He will always find a way to break through those things. Because let's come to think of it. Can you please ask the president why is him stealing from his own pocket? Going back, let me put it professional, let you understand. How can you be having a big hosting that all we decided after all what happened with the Chris Anu, with all the other plotters that went with everything that we had, we came back and what I fought for and what with many other companies that fought for, from the TV channel, from everything, for crying out loud, we're paying 8,000 plus or 17,000 plus. I cried out loud. I shouted, we can't be paying that money. That money is too much. We can run this thing for less than that money. People did not want to listen because people were making money out of it. Who am I to come and be saying, to come and spoil people's business? Later on, it backfire. They run with it. They make the money. And that is the same way Sako want to continue to be making the money. I'm sorry. But that will not even happen under what I'm saying, because I've been there before, I've seen it before, and today, how much are they paying for the TV? How much are they paying the TV when you were also doing that same drafting, the same drafting I was doing to pay for a TV for 17,000 or 8,000 or 12,000 or 14,000? Of which, Chairman Amos is there. When we make a draft, all they said will cost us 1,000 euro. I was speaking euro because they gave us the instrument 1,000 euro, and they just to have the appliances, and it will cost us 300 euro for 6 months, and we can go on air for 9 months. Look, there are certain things that they are very sensitive. That sometimes, let me not just say them here. Don't come into somebody's profession and you want to dictate in that profession. You want to say things that you don't know, because I will never come to the hospital and dictate on you. What the president is doing is not right. How can the president go and create another subdomain, another hosting site, and build up a website and come publicly? No, when I'm leaving, I'll give all the assets to Ambazonia. What make you in the first place if we are already having a construct structure that you have a super access to that structure? You have the upper hands to that structure. You have the right to send out a little communique. I want the IT department to put me this thing in less than 24 hours. It's going to be done. No. You went and created a parallel site. We call it scam now. Those are scam. The scammers that do those things now. So you guys don't want to open your eyes on the reality. You are there fighting on master code or master key or whatever you people are calling it. You don't want to face the reality. The reality is there. The truth is there. I cannot see that. Look, I work in. Look, they are very sensitive in them. I work in government databases, and I've seen how things are being run there. We were supposed to be telling the LGAs that, okay, this is the main database that everything is going through. The treasury is the one paying for the bill. Everything is, if it comes to editing or whatsoever, we can get a clear record and a clear a trace of where the money of Ambazonia people are going. Baby, do you know what? Because certain people, like the president and those who are around him, I know all the people who are around him, but I don't even need to call their names because it's not my style. I wait for you to come, then I put you to where you need to be. They are hungry. They need to control certain money. They need to be with those money. They need to start telling the Ambazonian lies, like what happened before. They need more money. That is what is going on, and you are not questioning that. You come, you have all that energy to come and address me. Anyway, I'll still give you as an Ambazonian, I'll still give you the opportunity that you have your right to convoke the IT department and let them educate you on what is going on, and let it tell you and let you see it for yourself before saying things. Don't be carried out with emotion. I don't need to say so many things, but go ask your president why is it that he's creating parallel sites? Any person in any governance doing a parallel site when there's a one structure, that person is a coup plotter, the way you call it politically. But to we, technically, I would say that it's a scam. That person is a scam, and that is what he is. You have not seen Donald Trump coming into office and start creating parallel websites. No, he comes to office, they tell him that, oh, we are the people working in this office. Whatever information you need, we'll give it to you. And he work with those people. Any information he need, he's going to be giving. He does not need to say out all the people that are working in security. You don't even know the people who are working in the security agent in America. You don't know them. I don't need to be coming out and doing these old deals. And because my domain first, under European law, it's very easy to get a prison terms. But you people just feel like you can talk. But anyway, I've sent out the message. And lastly, let me make you to understand one thing. When I use my word that when we get to Boya, he will have everything in front of him. This revolution is being run in different forms. We have the president in America. The Europeans are here doing most of the.
From the hills to the valleys, our voices unite. In the heart of our land, we'll stand up and fight. Milk and honey flow where our ancestors trod. With the spirit of freedom, we'll honor our God. Free Ambazonia, free my people. Together we rise, our will is unstoppable. Thank you, brave hearts, for the stand that you take. The land of our dreams for children's sake.
Yeah, you're listening to ID Radio. I'm just trying to make sure that you get a vibes about what other activists are saying and how the struggle is going. Okay, because I don't want to focus only on certain shows that we have here. This is ID Radio. We try to bring out people from different departments, different walks of life, different Ambazonians and their opinion, so that you can get what Ambazonians are talking about the struggle, what they believe in the struggle, how they are trying to bring a different opinion within the struggle. So that's what this show is all about. Okay.
Unstoppable. Thank you, brave hearts, for the stand that you take. The land of our dreams for children's sake.
I'm gonna be reading some article from one of our very powerful brother. He just wrote an article about Somaliland, and I want you to listen to this article because it's very, very informative about Somaliland. The title is "A Justice Feel Peace Through Strength and Strong Friends." That's the title of the short write-up that he wrote. Somebody just sent it to me. He said, if the incoming President Trump administration does move forward to unilaterally recognize the sovereign independence of Somaliland as a separate nation from Somalia, Mogadishu, the Somalilanders should immediately properly equip itself and maintain a war footing after obtaining this recognition from the US, because this type of independence recognition will be contested by Somalia, Mogadishu. Somalilanders should have the goal of a strong sovereign independent peace through a strong Somaliland military to ensure that Somalia, Mogadishu recognizes that they could not win a war against the Somaliland brothers and sisters. Somaliland's military strength and US pressure should be enough to ensure Somalia, Mogadishu commits to and engage in a ceremonial negotiation process whose outcome has already determined by the prevailing situation that Somalia Mogadishu officially accepts and recognizes the sovereign independence of Somaliland in the presence of the international community via a comprehensive peace agreement with Somaliland. For those who are, that's a continuation of the article. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure that you get everything. So those who are aware of the contestation of a legitimacy of what some might refer to as the unresolved sovereign independence of Kosovo from Serbia will understand the clarity a comprehensive peace agreement provides when it comes to the recognition of a sovereign independence between two territories that were once a single country. The Taiwan versus mainland China situation is also a cautionary tale, as China has been able to use its economic might to essentially bribe and its military strength to convince other countries to withdraw recognition and diplomatic ties with Taiwan. Ambazonians should take note that for over 30 plus years, Somalilanders have been able to manage their internal affairs and conduct peaceful, democratically principled elections because their factions figure out how to collaborate and relate to each other. We Ambazonians we Ambazonians are glad to see a sovereign independence recognition from the United States for our brothers and sisters in Somaliland, as we recognize the value of strong friends who come to the aid of those who seek freedom. Ambazonians also know the importance of a justice-filled peace through the strength of being capable of defending that peace. May God continue to bless Ambazonia. May God continue to bless Somaliland. And may God continue to bless the United States of America. Signed, Dr. Ngwambe. This is something that I wanted you to because it's a tale of two brothers, or a brother and a sister, who are growing together, and they have similar history that the world does not want to recognize. Somaliland have been fighting their independence with Somalia. The capital of Somalia is Mogadishu, but for all these years, very few countries have recognized them. You see, so it's the same thing with Ambazonia. We should not get tired of recognizing our country, because you expect all countries to recognize you, that okay, Ambazonia, this is your independence. No, it will be one country. One country will come and recognize you. This country will come recognize you. That's how diplomacy is, because countries don't want to hurt other countries because of their diplomatic ties. So don't expect that all countries. Okay, now America recognized Somaliland. Somalia was angry, but America already did it until they have their first. America built its first embassy in Somaliland. Yes. So now Trump is saying that they want to recognize Somaliland independence. There will be countries that will be mad with Trump, President Trump. There will be presidents that will be mad, but that has nothing to do with when you recognize somebody and you believe that these people have fought for so many years, okay, that they need their freedom. That's why our resistance, our resilience, our determination, and our commitment to keep the struggle of Ambazonia matters a lot. And we have to know that that is what will give us our freedom, nothing else.
Ambazonia, hear the call. Rise above, don't let us fall. Freedom's price is paid in pain, but still we dream in sun and rain.
This powerful article, I'm going to read this one from Comrade Chris Ano. This article is very powerful. I want to read this before we end the show. This is a powerful article. He says, as Tibonagi cries unity, what every Ambazonian ought to do. This is coming from Comrade Chris Ano, Comrade in Arms. Okay, I'm going to read. It says, fellow Ambazonians, at this critical juncture in our history, unity isn't just a strategy, it's a lifeline. Tibonagi, a voice attuned to the struggle for freedom and justice in our land, has urged us to stand together. His message calls for unity in every sense, unity of purpose, of vision and action. Yet, this isn't a task for leaders, it's one for every Ambazonian. You, the people of Ambazonia, have a powerful role in building the front that can achieve the freedom we seek. This is not a time for division. It's a time for you to demand that every leader rally under one banner, not to surrender their group affiliation, but to speak with one voice. Not too long ago, many Ambazonian leaders recognized a need for this front. They took a monumental initiative and created what is now known as the Ambazonian Consultative Commission, ACC. This commission was formed with a simple but profound mission to gather all leaders into one united front, one force that can no longer be ignored. Already, the ACC has brought together a significant number of groups and leaders, and the impact is clear. We are seeing joint declaration, coordinated policy, and a new strength in our shared vision for freedom. To seal it all, right now, an all Ambazonian Congress is in the making, but there is still resistance from a few who cling to one wolf ambition, hoping to bring victory to Ambazonia solely on their own. This is not just unhelpful, it's dangerous. The truth is, the time for separate agenda is over. Our journey to freedom requires a united Ambazonian leadership, and it's time to see who among our leaders are truly patriots. Every Ambazonian must ask themselves, does your leader prioritize personal pride over the collective struggle? Because this struggle is not about the success of any singular individual or group. It's about the liberation of a nation. The ACC has an open door for all leaders and groups, an invitation for everyone to come in. This moment is more urgent than ever. The re-election of Donald Trump in the United States has reignited hopes for Ambazonia in the international arena. Our path forward requires diplomacy, and that diplomacy needs unity. Washington, D.C. will not take us seriously if we cannot present a unified front. We have a window of opportunity to push for the recognition and support we need from global powers. But without cohesion, that window could close, and with it, the hopes of our people. I think that every Ambazonian has a responsibility in this fight for unity. Now is a time to become advocates for this agenda. If your leader resists unity and seeks only personal gain, it's time to rethink your loyalty. It's time to abandon leaders who prioritize greed over patriotism. We need leaders committed to the people, to the collective, to Ambazonia, not lone wolves chasing a mirage of self-importance. It's time for individual Ambazonians to demand that those we follow join the ACC, that they place the people's need above their own pride. Leaders should no longer have the option to sit outside the commission. Either they stand with the people as part of ACC, or they risk being reduced to irrelevance. Every one of you has a stake in this cause. Ambazonia's future doesn't rest solely on those at the top. It rests with you. Speak truth to power. Demand accountability from those who call themselves your leaders. Refuse to follow anyone who prioritizes their own ambition over our shared future. By standing together, we send an unmistakable message to the world and to those in Washington that Ambazonia is not a collection of fragmented voices, but one unstoppable force. The ACC was created to give us that united voice. The question is simple. You will join this to call for unity, or will you join this to call for unity? Will you demand that those who you trust to lead you also join? If you are loyal to Ambazonia, then it's time to call for unity louder than ever. Do not let any leader tell you that you can go it alone. Comrade in arms, Comrade Chris Ano. So that is a very powerful one there from Comrade Chris Ano, and it's good because we have a lot of leaders who don't want to join the Unity Forum, the Unity Front. We are hoping that this is a time. If we have someone like Tibon Nagy is echoing, other leaders are echoing, the international community is echoing that, hey, it's time for Ambazonian to come together and speak as one. I don't still understand when other leaders want to join a united front to have that united voice. You know, no one is asking anybody to leave their groups or abandon what they are, what the international community is looking at. What someone like Tibon Nagy is looking at is to see Ambazonians together. And if Ambazonians are together, they can have a powerful front to discuss their plight. Because after 8 years, we have realized that no single group, no single leader can go it alone. So going solo, they know that you are divided. If you go and start talking, they'll ask you, where are other leaders? Okay, La Republic wanted to do that thing by taking this leader, talking to this one leader. They realize that they have failed because no one leader has the power to decide on Amazonia. Okay, once you know that, why not just join the others leaders and do it together? If you know that you alone, your decision, your conferences, your meeting that you have will never be taken as serious by Ambazonians, because they know that you cannot go and decide alone for Ambazonians. It will not work. So join the other leaders, have a powerful voice, a united front, a joint voice that can bring Ambazonia to their normal independence, recognition, and restoration. Thank you for listening. God bless you. God bless Ambazonia. This has been Comrade Fritz Misodi.
In our hearts we find our song. Dictatorship just fades away like shadows at the break of day. Never yield and never bend. We fight until the very end. Free Amazonia, we stand tall, breaking barriers, breaking walls. Freedom's call, we answer strong. In our hearts we find our grace. Free Amazonia, we stand tall, breaking barriers, breaking walls. Freedom's call, we answer strong. In our hearts we find our song. In our hearts we find our song.
Call for hills and city. Ambazonia's cry for dignity. From news rise to Amanda's tale, echoes of strength shall prevail. From Kumbo's heart to Victoria's shore, let the cry of freedom soar. Independence is our guiding light. For the oppressed, we rise and fight. Ambazonia, land of hope, Freedom's path is where we cope. With heroes' blood, the journey starts. In unity, we hold our hearts. October 61, our history's thread. Marginalized, but not misled. Dictators' reign shall pass away. For liberty, we forge the way. To those imprisoned, to those who strive, in every heart, freedom's alive. Leaders strong, fighters brave, together Ambazonia we shall save. Land of milk, land of honey, where heroes sacrifice sweet symphony. For every woman, child and sage, we stand united, turn the page. Ambazonia, land of dreams, united voices, radiant beams. From hills to shores, in unity, our one true call is to be free.
Ambazonia's cry for dignity, from Uriel's rise to the Mendes Hill, echo the strength